What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Crypt Chronicles. My name's Mark, and I'll be your host on this video today. Guys, today we're going to do a little analysis on market trends, and I'm going to show you a little cheat sheet that Wall Street has been using for decades now. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why I think personally we are in for a very big surprise over the next month or so. Again, this is my personal opinion. Don't take anything I say as financial advice, but there's some good indicators out there that we will see a bigger bull run than we've ever seen before. Are you ready to jump into it? If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click like, and drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts about this video. It will definitely help our channel rise to the top. So guys, let's check this chart out real quick. So if you can see here on my screen, we have a Wall Street cheat sheet. And basically, it's the psychology of market cycle. There's something called market cycle where if you're new to investing or new to trading, you know that the market goes up and it goes down, especially in the cryptocurrency market. It's very volatile. It's more volatile than the stocks and bonds and futures that we are very used to inside of Wall Street and other stock market exchanges. But one of the things, if you're a long-term investor, if you've done this for any years, you know that there's cycles and there's patterns in the market. And if you're used to those cycles and used to those market conditions, you will not react out of an emotional state. The biggest problem with, I think, crypto investors that have recently gotten into it is they went in with feelings of FOMO, like they're going to miss out. And they bought in at all-time highs around this time last year. And, you know, they hit this place of euphoria. And we'll look at the indicator in just a moment. They hit this place of euphoria around $20,000. And they thought their lives were going to be changed. And unfortunately, the cycle continued to take place where once you hit that all-time high, corrections are bound to happen, and that's what took place. And so this time last year, we were at a completely different place. We were running up to an all-time high, and we're going to go through this chart real quick. We'll check this out. So in the beginning of a market cycle, if you look on the left side of your screen, we have a Bitcoin chart here. For the last, I think, 2 years. It goes back right now, I think, to July 2017, but that's kind of where we started. Now, we started around, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $1,800, went up. We hit a high of $4,800, took a dip, hit another high of $7,800, took another dip, hit a small high there of $11,000, made a small correction back down to $9,500. Then we went on an exponential run upwards. We hit $16,000 with a small correction back down to $12,000. We hit $17,000 with a small correction down to $15,000. And then we hit an all-time high of close to $20,000. This chart's saying $18,662. But I remember some other markets hitting a higher number, and all markets have their own indicators. But at any rate, we hit an all-time high, around $20,000. Now, if you look on this chart on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see down here where the market cycle begins. And you have hope. A recovery is possible. You have disbelief right here. This rally will fail like the others. And then you have a small bull run, and you start to see the color turn different colors. Then you start to have the people that want to buy into the hype. Optimism starts to set in. Time to get fully invested. Belief starts to hit. This is kind of what happened last year around this time. People didn't want to miss the train. They wanted to catch that train going all the way up. And so they jumped in at, fairly all-time highs. There was a lot of people jumping in for anywhere from $7,000 to $13,000 all the way up to $18,000. That's kind of the belief area. Now, if you can see, the patterns of these cycles are very similar. Now, this Wall Street cheat sheet is over, long period of time they've compiled this information. But it's the basic principles. It's the same cycle that repeats itself over and over. And you can see from about August 2017, it looks very similar to the cycle that we're seeing in this cheat sheet. We have belief. Then we have the thrill. I'll buy more on margins, got to tell everyone about it. So basically, If you remember last year around October, November, mid-December, people were hammering social media, buy, 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 jump on this train, telling all their friends and family about it. There was a lot of scams that were very prevalent out there. Everybody was putting money into the market in these different platforms because they wanted to make it rich. They wanted to hit these all-time highs. You got the thrill of the moment, that FOMO where you want to buy in. And then you hit this all-time high right here. We hit almost $19,000, almost $20,000. That's the euphoric stage of the Wall Street cheat sheet. And again, this cheat sheet is from years and years and years of accumulating data on market cycles. And it happens over and over and over. So you have the euphoria stage. I'm a genius. We're all going to be rich. I bought in at the perfect time. Now let's see this baby rocket to, in our case, Bitcoin, $100,000 per Bitcoin. Well, what happened? Unfortunately, right here, we took a big nosedive. That was our first big crash. I think it was what does this say? This says end of December, beginning of January, we started to see numbers crumble. January 1st, I think we hit $12,000 from an all-time high of, what was it, $18,000. And then, so what we see here is complacency. All right, this is where you're like, all right, this is just a hiccup in my plan. Something maybe is going to recover. Everything's going to be good. I'm not pulling out yet. Because what did people expect? People expected that rocket to take off. They wanted to buy their Lambos. They wanted to moon this and moon that and when Lambo this. And it was a lot of hype and a lot of silliness that was going on around that time. And don't get me wrong, we all bought into it, myself included. Here we got the complacency stage. We just need to cool off for the next rally because we thought overall once we hit certain support levels, we were going to just bounce back and go back up. Well, we see here we did a couple bounces, 12, 13,000, back down to 9,000, back up to 11,000, and then around February we absolutely crashed. We took, I think it was over a 50% correction by that point. We hit $5,800. Now, if we look at the chart right here, going downwards, we hit the anxiety stage right around here, right around the beginning of February, end of January, beginning of February. Then we hit the denial stage. My investments are with great companies. They'll be back. We thought Bitcoin was to the moon. So a lot of people didn't want to sell. Now you have had people that were swing trading and day trading, and so they were in and out of the market. But you have these long-term holders that they wanted to hold on to their Bitcoins because they wanted to get rich and accumulate more. Well, we hit that anxiety stage. Holy crap, what's going on? Denial. Nah, this is all right. Nothing's going to happen here. Then we hit the panic stage. Panic stage was over the last couple months. June, July, August. August we hit another $5,800, $5,810. That was the panic. People started to panic sell, and this is what happens. You get FOMO on the way up. You get, unfortunately, it's like almost FOMO on the way down. But, fear of missing out, fear of not cashing in when you wanted to or when you needed to. And so people see other people selling and they want to get in on the action and sell to try to recover some of their losses. So we see that panic happening. And we can see right here, there's panic selling going on. Then you hit a semi-bottom. Not all the way bottom, but almost bottom. You're getting pretty low. By this time, people are feeling pissed that they didn't sell or that they even did sell. You get the angry stage. Who started this? Who shorted the market? What's happening? Manipulation. The whales are doing this. The whales are selling this. This wallet just moved 52 Bitcoin over here. This wallet is selling this. And so you start to get angry and you start to get pissed and you almost want to throw in the towel and say, enough is enough. I don't want to do this anymore. And I believe we have hit the angry phase. We hit the angry phase, if not in June, we hit the angry phase in August. And from the angry phase, we see right here in the market cycle, you have a little bit of an uptrend. We see a little bit of an uptrend in July, another bump in September. Then we took another nosedive here. I think we're kind of right along these lines right here. And I believe, my personal opinion, I think if this market cycle is correct, I think we are in the depression stage. My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all of this new stuff? I'm an idiot, yada, yada, yada. My Lambo's going to get seized. My new house that I bought with Bitcoin is, and we start to get depressed. A lot of people have emotional issues when it comes to their money. They're really attached with their emotions because maybe they put things on credit and they thought Bitcoin was going to be their savior and they were going to be able to pay off all their student loans and all this stuff. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And so my personal opinion, I believe we're down here. We're hitting an all-time low of $35. We hit $3,500 over the last couple days, last 48 hours. So I believe we're at this depression stage where we are hitting our rock bottom. If not 35, maybe we might touch a support at $3,000. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we found our bottom at around 3,500. But from depression, then you see in this market cycle, once you hit that rock bottom, all loose hands, all shaky hands, all weak links have absolutely sold out and they've washed out and they're gone. And the only people that are in there are long-term investors and ones that didn't sell and that really had faith and had belief in the cycles and knew since years past that this stuff goes up and this stuff goes down. Listen, from a year and a half, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we're still up. We're still up from where we were. I mean, there was moments in history where Bitcoin was under $1,000, under $100. So if you look at a long scheme of things, we're still way above where we used to be, which is a very good thing, which means the bubble didn't pop, which means that it's not a big scam, which means it's just a cycle. And so this is my personal belief that we've hit the depression stage where people, all weekends have washed out at this point. And if you're not washed out and we do take another dip, that's going to be like the hay that broke the camel's back. People are just going to dump their bags because they'll figure, they just took a loss and they just hit it. I have friends that say, I'm done with cryptocurrency. I'm going into something a little more secure. That's cool. All power to you. No harm done. But for those who are long-term investors who have, just want to hold on to whatever bags they have of crypto and Bitcoin, and they're just going to sit on it for 5-10 years, hey, you're in a good position right now to even accumulate a little more if you're able to. So once we hit that depression, we see that the market starts to pick up because smart money comes back in. Smart money buys low and sells high. Smart money goes in when the streets are bloody. They go in and they make very smart investments. And maybe some of this is manipulation. It probably is. But it's a good buying opportunity to say the least. Again, this is not financial advice, so just don't hold me to that. But as you can see in this market cycle here, we start to go on an incline and then we hit a disbelief. And it's almost like we start all over again because you can see in this cheat sheet, we're down here at the disbelief. Well, we went all the way up and all the way back down again. And we're at disbelief. So after depression comes disbelief. This is a sucker's rally. I'm not buying in yet. And then what happens? People start hitting hope again. You start getting optimistic. You start believing back in crypto and its technology. You start getting a thrill. And what do you start doing? Well, people start FOMOing back in at all-time highs. And who knows? We might hit $20,000 by the end of the year. We might hit higher highs than that. What are people going to do? Those same people that sold for a loss are going to buy in again at an all-time high. And this freaking cycle is going to repeat itself all over again. Now, I don't think it's going to repeat itself in that it will go back down to $3,000. I think every year we gradually take steps higher and higher. And the cycles continue higher and higher, which is a cool thing. So next year, our all-time low may be $20,000. And the year after that, our all-time low may be $100,000. Who's to say? Nobody knows for sure what is going to happen, but we do know and we can be confident in that there are market cycles. There always have been and there always will be, regardless of what manipulation is taking place. There are cycles because it's a psychological thing. People get attached for the wrong reasons. Fear drives people. Greed drives people. And there's also some smart investors out there as well that are really making some smart moves. So this is my opinion, guys. I don't think it's over. I think we're in for a very big surprise. I believe we're personally in the depression stage right now, and we're going to be taking another circle around to the beginning of another cycle where we're going to start to hit higher inclines, and we're going to hit all-time highs again in the next coming months. And, you know, we don't have a perfect time. I wish I could forecast what exactly is going to happen, but I can't. But just stay faithful, believe market cycles, don't get emotionally attached to your investments, have fun while you're doing it, share with others the technology and the stuff behind cryptocurrency and blockchain technology and all these cool projects that we've been reviewing on this channel. Guys, if you haven't done so up until this point, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Drop a like and a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you can also share this video with your friends and family to give them a little hope, to give them a little pep back in their step, and tell them that it's not over until the fat lady sings. And I don't see no fat lady around here. Guys, stay freaking awesome. We'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.